Why is it that at some point, so many of the biggest female pop stars have a bad girl era? They go from sweet to scandalous, from polished to provocative, from industry darling to rebellious force of nature. And every single time, the world reacts like it's the first time they've ever seen this happen. One minute they're America's sweetheart, and the next, they're rocking leather, flipping off the paparazzi, and screaming in their lyrics about how they don't care what anyone thinks. But here's the thing, this transformation is not random, it's strategic. It's been happening for decades, and it's one of the most effective marketing moves in pop history. Hey friends, I'm Ana The Marketeer, your friendly neighborhood marketing bestie. I break down the marketing and branding strategies used in pop culture so we can learn from them together. And today, we're breaking down what I call the Bad Girl Playbook. How it works, why it happens, and why, in almost every case, it's only temporary. Before we get started, it's come to my attention that most of you watching my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. Do not be shy, I'm really nice, I swear. If you've been enjoying learning about branding and marketing with me, hit that subscribe button right now so you can see new videos every week. And my new weekly newsletter, Marketeer's Memo, is coming soon. I'll be breaking down pop culture branding and marketing strategies as they happen in real time, showing you how they shape the current world around us. Join the waitlist now by checking the description below. Okay, now let's get into it. Why pop stars have to rebel. First things first, this isn't just about rebellion. This is a branding decision. Pop stars don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I think I'll just set my reputation on fire today. No, this is a calculated rebrand designed to do three things. One, get attention. The bigger the transformation, the bigger the headlines. Two, break free from industry control. Most of these artists started young, meaning their image was manufactured from day one. This phase is their image and branding reset button. Three, expand their audience. They're shedding their kid-friendly fan base and stepping into a new, more mature audience. And this works every single time because we, the fans, the media, the entire pop culture ecosystem, react exactly how they need us to. The moment an artist does something shocking, the entire internet loses its mind. What happened to so-and-so? She's changed so much. Is she going through something? And just like that, streams skyrocket, headlines multiply, and the artist is back on top. They don't even have to say anything. We do all the talking for them. At this point, you might be wondering, is this really a strategy? Yes. And it follows the same pattern almost every single time. The Bad Girl formula. The Bad Girl Playbook isn't just about shock value. It's a step-by-step evolution that these pop stars go through to ensure their audience grows up with them, while also attracting new fans. So here's what it looks like. Here's what I broke it down to. Step one, the shock factor. It starts suddenly. The pop star emerges with a drastically different look and sound, and it's impossible to ignore. This normally includes a fashion shift, so everything gets darker, bolder, and more in your face. Gone are the bubblegum pinks and pastels, and instead you see leather, fishnets, bold makeup, and a complete wardrobe shift. It also includes a hair transformation, and this is a big one. Think Christina Aguilera's jet black streaks in Dirty, Miley chopping off her hair for Bangers, or Taylor's dark lipstick and bleached curls in Reputation. And finally, a lyrical rebellion. The music itself becomes edgier. Lyrics referencing drinking, partying, sex, defiance, and even mocking their old image. This shift alone generates endless headlines before the music even drops. Step two, the media frenzy. Once the transformation is out there, the media explosion begins. Paparazzi photos start circulating with captions like, what happened to Miley, Britney, Christina, etc. Every talk show, YouTube channel, and blog starts analyzing the dramatic change. And then you see fans and critics argue, some calling it a bold, artistic evolution, others saying it's a desperate cry for attention. But it doesn't matter which side people fall on. The point is, everyone is talking, and that's exactly what the artist needs. Step three, the full reinvention. Once the shock settles in, the artist commits to the rebrand. The music videos push boundaries. Think Britney in a sweaty club in I'm a Slave for You, or Miley swinging naked on a wrecking ball. The live performances get wilder. VMA performances become moments in pop culture history, some of which we still reference today, like Miley twerking on Robin Thicke and Britney dancing with the snake. And the artist leans into the controversy, feeding it just enough to stay in control of the narrative. And step 4, the redemption arc. Here is the trick. This phase never lasts forever. This is the most important thing. It's almost always a transition and not a destination. Why? Because controversy has a shelf life. Shocking the world gets attention, but keeping it requires evolution. After about an album cycle or two, the artist dials it back, finding a more balanced version of their image. But the rebellion serves its purpose. It gets them the attention, the reinvention, and the audience shift they need. Then they settle into a sustainable version of their brand that allows for long-term success. So now that we know how the playbook worked, let's look at artists who executed it perfectly. The most iconic bad girl rebrand. Of course, number 1, we're gonna look at Britney Spears. For years, Britney Spears was the definition of America's pop princess. She was blonde, bubbly, and perfectly packaged, the dream of every record label executive. Her music was fun and flirty, her image was pristine, and her brand was built around being the perfect all-American girl next door. Then came her self-titled era in 2001. Suddenly, Britney wasn't asking for permission. She was setting her own rules. The music was provocative, and the visuals were unabashedly sexy. Britney made it clear, she's not a girl, but not yet a woman. And number 2, Christina Aguilera. She started out with clean-cut vocal powerhouse. Her debut era was sparkly, polished, and every bit the girl next door energy that the industry loved. Then she dropped Dirty. Gone were the soft ballads and wholesome outfits. In their place, leather chaps, sweaty dance floors, and a total image flip. This wasn't just a rebellion, it was a demand to be seen as an artist in control of her own image. 3, Miley Cyrus. Miley had one of the most drastic pop transformations in history. She went from Disney Channel icon to Bangers era wrecking ball real quick. The twerking, the tongue-out selfies, the full unhinged VMA performance. Everything screamed, I am not Hannah Montana anymore. And we got it. It worked. People could not stop talking about her at this time. For Rihanna. Rihanna's transformation was a little different than the others because she never went back. Her good girl gone bad era wasn't just about rebranding. It was about establishing a permanent shift. The edgy, confident, rule-breaking Rihanna we know today, that started here. Number 5, Taylor Swift. And now, Taylor's version wasn't just about overt rebellion, it was about reclaiming her own story. After years of being painted as the innocent fairy tale pop country girl, she dropped Reputation and went full snake mode. Her message, you think I'm the villain? Fine, I'll be the villain. She leaned into the drama, owned the backlash, and completely controlled the narrative, proving that you don't need to be hypersexual or edgy to successfully rebrand while still staying true to her core audience. But even though this is the Bad Girl Playbook, sometimes male pop stars go through it too. Like our number 6, Justin Bieber. Bieber is one of the few male pop stars who went through this same rebellious transformation. Think about it. He started as the teen heartthrob with Baby and a squeaky clean image, but by the mid-2010s, he was getting arrested, having public breakdowns, and openly rejecting his earlier image. Then came Purpose, his reinvention album, a sleek, mature sound that rebranded him as a serious artist. And it totally worked. Purpose was a huge commercial success, proving that this formula applies to both male and female artists. The bad phase sells because it's exciting. It keeps pop stars from becoming predictable, and in the music industry, being predictable is the fastest way to be forgotten. But there are some artists who don't follow the playbook and still find success. Why some pop stars don't do it and still evolve. Of course, not every pop star has to burn their past to the ground to rebrand. Some artists take a gradual approach to growing up in the public eye, shifting their sound without needing to shock their audience. So let's look at Selena Gomez, for example. She didn't go through a hyper-rebellious phase. Instead, she transitioned into adulthood by slowly evolving her sound, with Revival in 2015 being more sultry and mature but not scandalous. And she maintained her core image while growing with her audience. And she also just let the music do the talking, rather than relying on controversy. This strategy can work just as well, especially for artists who already have strong personal branding without needing a drastic break from their past. But for pop stars who do choose the bad route, the payoff is clear. More media attention, a redefined career, and a stronger cultural impact that cements their longevity. And that's why so many of the biggest pop stars of all time have done it. It's not just a phase, it's a power move. So what's the takeaway? The bad girl era or bad boy era isn't just rebellion. It's a well-formulated marketing strategy. It keeps their name in the headlines, it forces people to take them seriously, and it expands their audience. And the most important thing, when it's done right, it works and makes the artist iconic. So, who do you think had the best bad girl era, and who do you think needs one now for reinvention? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you love this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and join the waitlist of Marketeer's Memo for more current news breakdown. Until next time, Marketeers, stay smart, stay savvy, and remember, when a good girl goes bad, it's just a strategic rebrand.